I I don't know what to say right now. Yeah, that was a chaotic finish to a race. That's one way to put it. Indianapolis turn one might go down as the worst turn in NASCAR. Last year was the chicane, the backstretch chicane when the curb came up and started destroying cars. Well, honestly, it's not even the turn's fault. I mean, yes, it's a tight turn one, but the drivers are driving like they've never driven a race car before. It's like for the championship, and they gotta win the race from 20th place. Driving like a bunch of idiots. Logano going four wide, like trying to use cars as brakes. William Byron just going over the curb and completely missing the turn and taking out his teammate. Guys missing turn one completely and using the access road. I mean, NASCAR, if you're going to use an access road, you're going to use an off area as part of missing turn one as a penalty. You got to make it a little chicane. You can't make it faster than the actual turn one. Ross Chastain and Austin Dillon took advantage of it, and they ended up better off because they didn't get wrecked in turn one, and also they came out in a good position, but then NASCAR penalized them 30 seconds. So yeah, just a clown show there at the end, really. I mean, it was an all right race up until about 15 to go when there was cautions, and there were spins throughout the whole day. I mean, there was like 4 or 5 spins in the first 3 laps. There were spins throughout the day, whether it was, guys braking too far. Kyle Larson lost his brakes. That was a scary crash. It could have been scarier, honestly, but hopefully him and Ty Dillon are okay. We'll talk about that in a minute. Guys were just spinning, losing control of the car, coming out of the chicane on the backstretch. Hit a curb the wrong way. Gas it up too quick. Get in the dirt a little bit. It was just a very odd and very not, I'm trying to think of the word. It was not pretty, and it was just not organized, I guess. It was a very sloppy. Sloppy is the word I was looking for. It was a sloppy race today by almost all the drivers. If I go through this list, I could tell you about more than half of them either went off the track or spun out. It was just an ugly, very ugly race overall. I don't know what to say. I just think there were some stupid decisions made by certain drivers. Logano's move on the second to last restart was horrendous. Trying to make it 4 or 5 wide into turn one, just trying to gain 10 positions and using other cars as a brake. Byron cutting the corner, trying to go for the win when he's in row 3 and takes out his teammate who's side by side for the lead. That was pretty stupid. That last restart, it just all went to hell there, and Blaney gets turned around in front of the field, and he has to win to get in the playoffs, maybe. And just, it was very stupid there at the end. So, Indianapolis road course, it does have its fun moments. We had some good battles for the lead throughout the day. Bell versus Reddick was a really, really fun battle for the lead there earlier on. But there at the end, it was literally like last year. It was actually a pretty decent race. Not the best race or anything, but it was decent. And then at the end of the race, it just got very sloppy, very stupid, and they just started driving like they've never driven a Cup Series car before, and it was a bit ridiculous there. But one guy who did drive like a Cup Series driver today was Tyler Reddick. Drove a perfect race all day. Got a second career win, his second win of the season, and they have both come at road courses. One at Road America just a few weeks ago. Gets his second career win at Indianapolis today. So, he's looking like a really good road course racer right now. Of course, he's had success on the road courses before, guys. First career pole at COTA in 2021. He got a second career pole today, or technically yesterday for today's race. So no surprise to see him up front, just by the way he's been running at road courses the past couple of years. But to say, if you told me those first 2 wins would be on road courses, I would have been a little bit surprised. Very good run for him. Just a great day for him. Him and RCR, after that Road America win, it came out, the press release came out that Tyler Reddick would be leaving RCR for 23XI, not for next year, but for 2024. And Reddick and the team, people were saying, oh, it's not going to work. That dynamic's going to be awkward. Nothing's going to work there. Well, they figured out a way to make it work. Obviously, they are still fast. Reddick has just won his second race of the season. They now have 12 playoff points, I believe, trying to get some more of those playoff points for the playoffs. Reddick looking really good right now. Second place last week at Pocono, thanks to the disqualifications, and of course gets himself a win here. So he's got his own top 2 streak going, as another one ended with Chase Elliott. But I guess let's go through the results. Yeah, Tyler Reddick gets his second career win. Big day for him. With that win, that locks him into the playoffs for sure. He was on the bottom of the list in terms of winners, in terms of points. Him, Kurt Busch, Chase Briscoe, I can't remember the other one, but they were all down there in terms of the lowest points winners, or lowest in points with a win. So, he needed that win, essentially. If there were going to be a few more winners like Blaney, Truex, even Harvick, if they win, then Reddick could potentially be out, even though, you have Kurt Busch who's missed a couple races. That helps Reddick for sure. But getting this win today just locks in, solidifies his spot in the playoffs. Second place, Austin Cindric, one of his best performances of the year. Was in the top 5, top 10, a good chunk of the day. Challenged Reddick there earlier in the race, I believe. But a second place finish avoids all the chaos and gets himself a second place. So a very, very good result for him in what's been a very up and down season. Very good performance from him. Then it gets wild from here. From positions 3 to 5. Third place, Harrison Burton, who has had a horrendous year. Avoided all the crashes, all the chaos, all the spins to finish third as a rookie, the Indianapolis road course. He needed to win to get into the playoffs, but a very good result nonetheless. Congratulations, Harrison Burton. You had a great day today. Great result. Same thing for Todd Gilliland. Gilliland showed a lot of speed this week, though. Qualified in the top 10. Got himself some stage points. Looked good all weekend long. He finishes 4th. Great day for him. So the rookies of 2022, they had themselves a day with 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Great days for all 3 of those rookies. 5th place, Bubba Wallace, who's never been a good road course racer, gets himself a top 5. How about that? Bubba Wallace, as I said, he struggled on road courses historically. Definitely his worst type of track, but he showed some speed early on in the race, got himself some stage points, and top 5. How about that? Bubba with the top 5. Joey Logano finishes 6th. Oh, my God. Tried to commit some type of attack on the rest of the field earlier, but second to last restart. Gets rewarded with a 6th place finish. Good job, Joey. 7th place, AJ Allmendinger. I hope he's okay. He was having issues. He didn't have water the last stint of the race, and he got out of his car, and he did not look good. Hopefully he is okay. Got the Xfinity one yesterday. Hopefully he's okay. 8th place, Michael McDowell needed a win. This looked like it was going to be one of the best opportunities for him because he's a really good road course racer. But 8th place for him. Really good day for Front Row Motorsports with a 4th and an 8th place, especially after those penalties. But unfortunately, both those drivers need wins. 9th place, Cole Custer. Did not expect that one. Good job, Cole Custer. Gets himself a top 10. Speaking of guys with horrendous years, Custer's had a terrible year, but he gets himself a top 10. 10th place, Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher was multiple laps down. His car was on fire earlier in the race. Comes back to get a top 10. That should tell you about how much stupidness this race was. Kyle Busch 11th, Christopher Bell 12th. He was leading, fighting for the win. Then he had a tire blow after having a bad restart, falling back to 7th or 8th. He comes back for 12th. Stenhouse 13th, Hamlin 14th. He spun out a couple of times. 15th, Eric Jones. 16th, Chase Elliott. His top 2 streak ends. He was up there competing for the win late. It looked like that streak could continue, but a caution came out, and I called it. I said, I guarantee you he gets taken out this restart. And, well, his teammate decided to shove Ryan Blaney into him, and he spun. 16th for him. Ty Gibbs, 17th. Pretty consistent. His first 2 starts, I think his first result was 16th. His second result, 17th in the Cup Series. 18th, Corey LaJoie. 19th, Justin Haley. He was a lap down early. 20th, Brad Keselowski. 21st, Martin Truex Jr. 22nd, Josh Bilicki. 23rd, Chase Briscoe. 24th, Cody Ware. 25th, Josh Williams. 26th, Ryan Blaney. He was up there competing for the win late. He got turned around, spun, facing the wrong direction late in this one. Yikes. 27th, Ross Chastain was handed a 30-second penalty for cutting the corner in turn 1. Went straight on. He was fighting Reddick for the win there, but he didn't get too aggressive, didn't wreck him or anything, but, you know, he eventually lost. That would have been the second straight week of a winner getting kicked out of the win, which would have been insane. But Chastain missed turn 1. Honestly, I thought he intentionally missed it because he saw them 5 wide or 4 wide or whatever and just said, I'm not screwing with that. I'm going to get wrecked, and just went straight on to take the access road. He said he didn't, I think, but, you know, he gets a 30-second. I thought 30 seconds was absurd. Honestly, NASCAR, if you're going to create like an off-road to cut the corner or whatever so people can avoid wrecks, you got to add it to make it slower. You got to add some cones in there, you know? Make them do mini chicanes to slow them down so they can't just floor it through and then just take it like a normal turn on the outside and catch back up. That's a little absurd, but yeah. Chastain 27th, Suarez 28th. He was a part of that last lap crap fest. He was up in the top 5 late before he got dumped. 29th, Joey Hand led some laps today for Rickware Racing. He's been very good on the road courses this year. He qualified in the top 10 at, can't remember if it was Coda or Road America, but he's actually looked really good when he has raced at these road courses, so no surprise to see him lead laps earlier in that race. 30th, Austin Dillon also cut the corner and got a time penalty. 31st, William Byron took out his teammate. 32nd, Alex Bowman had a horrible day for Hendrick Motorsports. The 2 guys they had up front took each other out. 2 of them did not finish because they crashed. Yeah, 32nd, Bowman. 33rd, Harvick. Harvick was pretty pissed off during the race, said because they went 5 wide like early in the race and Harvick got taken out because of it. And Harvick said, tell me who they are and I'll take them out. So, yeah. 34th, Ty Dillon hit, oh my gosh. Ty Dillon got obliterated into turn 1. Kyle Larson lost his brakes and hit him at 115 miles an hour. Both drivers got out of the car. Larson actually ran over to Ty Dillon to make sure he was okay. So both drivers got out of the car. Hopefully they're okay beyond that. But, like, imagine if Ty Dillon wasn't there and Larson just kept going straight and went over that curb. That would have been even more scary, I feel like. But hopefully both of those drivers are okay. Very hard hits for both of them. 36th in his first career start, Daniil Kvyat. Yeah, he was actually looking good in that first stage. Finished 16th. He was still on the lead lap. Finished 16th due to the pit cycle. Second stage with about 6 to go, his car decided to die, and he went off into oval turn 4, and he parked there, and no trucks wanted to push him. And because, you know, usually guys park on the track and cause a caution to help themselves, well, Daniil Kvyat does not have that kind of mentality because he is an honest racing driver, and he parks off the track, and no trucks go to help him. He ends up being 7 laps down, and then later, he's just minding his own business, and his suspension breaks, and he finishes 36th. I would have loved to see him stay on the lead lap because I genuinely, with all the crap at the end there, like, I feel like he could have done something. Like a top 15, top 20 maybe. That would have been fun. But no. You know, the car just had to break down. Anyways, very cool to see him in his debut. He got some high praise from a Hall of Famer, a NASCAR Hall of Famer, Mark Martin. That's right. Yeah, look at this. Yeah. Mark Martin giving some praise to the Russian. 37th, his teammate, Loris Hezemans, he was actually doing pretty good as well before his car broke down. So Team Heseberg has themselves a couple of drivers who aren't too bad, but the problem is they're a low-funded team whose cars break down. So, yeah, that's tough. But both those drivers are actually a really good day. So, yeah. Eric Almirola, last. Yeah. That race was kind of stupid there at the end. Tyler Reddick gets himself another win. Very good for him. Good for RCR, I guess. Yeah, Reddick's in. I don't know what else to say. The race there got so stupid at the end. Jeff Burton said it was a lack of respect by the drivers, and I agree with that. I mean, you used to not see guys dive bomb and try to jump 10 spots and use other drivers as brakes in the Cup Series. It used to not be that way, but that seems to be the recent trend is, well, if I'm going to gain as many positions as I can, then I'm going to freaking use someone else's brakes, and it's really sad to see that. You know, they are taking Ayrton Senna's, if you no longer go for a gap, they are taking that very seriously, And yeah, it's absurd, you know. Like, if you bump someone out of the way to go past them and you don't wreck them and they end up finishing second, that's clean. That's cool. Like the bump and run at Bristol. But when you are dive bombing 5 wide, braking beyond the braking zone and literally just obliterating cars on your way to make passes, that's too far. That's ridiculous. So, yeah, some guys may, in the video being made, may have been punched in the face for their stupid moves. I don't know. I doubt it. No one gets punched anymore. Yeah, thanks for watching this. As you can tell, I'm just upset because that finish was so stupid. It could have been better, but thank you for watching. Leave a like, subscribe. Thank you guys for the support. We've had like 5 videos over 1,000 views in the last week, so thank you so much. And hopefully I'm not back in 2 hours to talk about the disqualification of the winner, because that's what happened last week.